Okay, I want to share a little bit about Phoenix Pass, and first of all, let me just say again, thank you all so much for coming. It's so great to have good friends and people who want to support Phoenix Pass, and we just are so appreciative that you come to our home. Welcome. And for those of you that have never been here, now you know where I live, so you have to come back often. So I love people to visit. So also, I must say that my house has never looked more beautiful with all the ladies in their hats and their beautiful clothes. Y'all are just so pretty. Let me just tell you a little bit about Phoenix Pass. It is located, if you haven't seen it, it's on Sigmund Road, and a lot of people think it's Lighthouse Village. A lot of people think it's a residential area, a new neighborhood, because it's so beautiful, and it isn't. It was the vision of Jeff Beach and Rockdale Emergency Relief and others who got together and said, we'd like to bring a lot of the social services of Rockdale County into one piece of property. And so they have about 50 or 60 acres that were donated by a local church. And First Baptist Church, for those of you that go to First Baptist, is a partner in this. We help to support the organization of it. And Phoenix Pass was built as transitional housing for homeless women and children from Rockdale County. It's Rockdale County only. And also out there on the same property is Haven House, which Ed and I did several years ago, a party with a purpose for his 50th birthday. And Haven House is managed by Rockdale Cares, and it is for mentally and physically disabled folk, and it's a respite care. So it's also out there. Ultimately, when they have the money, they're going to form Dream House, which is long-term institutional care for those who are disabled and need it. So anyway, it's a wonderful piece of property, wonderful facilities and buildings there, absolutely beautiful. But I'm here to talk about Phoenix Pass. So I just want to say that there are, is it 15 or 16 apartments out there? It was seven, and then they have 7 women and about 22 children that are out there currently. They have plans to build more. And I also want to say, for those of you that this matters, not a penny of your taxpayers' money goes into Phoenix Pass. There is no government support of this organization at all. It is all private, and people like us, all of us in this room, they rely on our support. And the other wonderful thing, I went to the opening of Phoenix Pass a couple of years ago, and it was so amazing to me to see the list, hundreds and hundreds of local business people who had done everything to support this, from furniture people to plumbers to contractors, general contractors to painters to landscapers. It was truly amazing. Appliance manufacturers. It was a list of everything that you could possibly think of that they would need out there that was donated. And so the wonderful thing also that I love about this group is that when they opened their doors, they were debt-free. They did not have a mortgage on anything. And so what they are doing now is they have about $100,000 a year annual operating budget, and that includes a part-time executive director and a counselor for the women and children. And it is staffed by volunteers beyond that, but that keeps the lights on, it keeps the water going, and it just supports the activities there. Local folks go and teach the women everything from how to budget, how to get a job, how to do a job interview, how to dress appropriately, all kinds of things. And so it's a wonderful, wonderful coming together of a lot of people to make this happen. And I have agreed to chair the fundraising effort for them for the next year. And so I've been doing this for a while. We kicked it off with a community meeting. We raised thousands of dollars at that. And one of the strategies I had, because this is a difficult economic time for everybody, but you can only imagine that the women and children at Phoenix Pass, it's particularly difficult. So what we came up with was the idea of doing parties with a purpose. Home parties like this, whether it's a backyard barbecue with 10 people, or whether it's a tea party with, I don't know, 40 or so. So whatever it may be, we're asking people to just do little home parties, and like this, it doesn't have to be like this, but just something. that they can then ask their friends and family to contribute. And we'll come alongside you and help you with it by giving you some invitations and some pieces to hand out to people, fact sheets, etc. So if any of you are interested in hosting a party with a purpose, you may not be able to donate, but you may be able to do something at your own home with your own friends and family. We've got right now, people have offered to do parties, everything from Jim Calhoun at United Bank has offered to do a rock and roll barbecue where his band is going to play, and he's expecting 60 folks at a backyard barbecue, and a tea party for ladies, and a game night for friends at a home. So all kinds of people are really stepping up because they say, you know, that is something I could do. So I want you to think about that. I'm going to challenge you about it because it's not for me, it's for Phoenix Pass. The other thing is that I have forms here that I'm going to pass around to you guys. And if you are interested, you don't have to, but if you're interested, and if I don't have enough, we can just have a sign-up sheet, but if y'all could kind of pass these around. And it just says, you know, I want to give you my email address and phone number because I want to get your newsletter. I want to, let me hand it across to you. I want to get, you know, be a volunteer. It doesn't commit you to anything. It's just it will let you know if there's something going on you might be interested in. I got to tell you, our next event is August the 4th at Starbucks. Starbucks has chosen Phoenix Pass as their first Saturday. They're doing a first Saturday for charity once a month. And they chose Phoenix Pass. And so they are going to bring in a couple of comedians, have karaoke. They're going to totally redesign Starbucks for that night, and it will be exclusively for Phoenix Pass. So I want to encourage y'all to come. Bring all your friends and family. We need a big crowd there. We are just very excited about that. Shortly thereafter, in the latter part of August, Outback Steak has agreed to give us a night where they will share a portion of their profits with us. So we want everybody to go eat that night. So by giving me your email address, that helps me to just alert you. You know, everybody go to Outback this week. Everybody go to DeVito's Pizza next week. Everybody go to Ruby Tuesdays the next week. So, you know, it just kind of helps us. Our goal is to little by little, so it's not a huge burden to anybody, that whatever we do in our routine lives, we just look for ways to support it. So at this point, I want to introduce someone to you that is a good friend of Phoenix Pass and a member of our advisory board. And it's our commissioner, our county commissioner, Janice Van Ness, and she's going to say just a few words to us.
Thank you. Stand up so I can see everybody virtually. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Ed and Angie for inviting us to their home today. It certainly is beautiful and a great layout for a party, Angie. But I do want to say, Angie has inspired me creatively and fundraising-wise. That's probably one of the hardest things you can do is a fundraising position, and she's taken it on and been extremely ingenious with her ideas, and so I applaud her for that. But Phoenix Pass is something that's pretty easy to be passionate about. When you hear the stories, the success stories over there, it absolutely moves you. And so I'm very excited to hear the stories that were shared at the last event that I went to for Phoenix Pass. And I will say that in our community we have a lot of wonderful people who come together to help support causes. And it is heartwarming when I've been over there and seeing you know, the things that have been created and the love that is there and everybody working together in unity. It is a very moving experience, and I know that the Women's Service Association group that I'm in helped decorate one of the apartments, the bedrooms, and it was just such an exciting thing for all of us to be able to help in that kind of way and make it a home for a family. So I hope that you will consider having a party with a purpose. I know my first opportunity with Angie and Ed was when I went to Ed's birthday party, and I thought, you know, as we get older, we don't need presents. We have everything. We're very, very blessed. And so I thought it was a great idea. She had a big party, and it kind of manifested into a bigger and bigger and bigger party.
Growing.
And they raised a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of money. And I just thought, how wonderful is that you feel so good about not only your birthday and getting older, but that you really made a difference in people in your home. A lot of you probably like to entertain anyway, and so this would be a side benefit and just informing people in our community about what a great job they do at Phoenix Pass. And earlier today, when I was listening to a conversation, a lady said, tell me about Pinterest when you were asking earlier. And I thought, isn't that so nice at this party that there are people of different ages coming together and we're talking about things that, oh, I can learn from you and you can tell me about different things going on in your life. And I want to inspire you with a great thing that happened to me. There was an article in the paper, Rockville Citizen, about a woman that's 108 years old. And in there I noticed that she actually visits with people regularly, talks on the phone a little bit because she's hard of hearing, but likes to socialize and she emails. So I actually was like, emails? All right, let me see this. Because sometimes I'll hear from people like, I'm too old to learn to email, or I'm too old to do this. So anyway, I thought, I'm going to write her a letter to say how inspired I was by the newspaper article. Well, I got an email about a week later from her daughter. And her daughter said, we are so tickled to hear from you. That just made my Mother's Day. I've been the director of the Decatur Choral Guild for over 50 years. Please come to a concert. And I thought, isn't that so sweet? And then 3 hours later, I get another email, and it's from her mother. It's Dave. And I was just like, I'm not going to listen to anybody else saying I'm too old to learn. So I think I meet with her in the next week or so. We communicated several times by email, but I just thought that when you asked today about Pinterest, I was like, that is so great. That's what this is about, when we come together in our community and we can learn from each other and make our lives better. And so I hope you learn a lot from Pinterest, and I hope you're inspired to try some new things, and I hope you will be passionate about Phoenix Pass. So thank you very much.
And I just want to say that Ed and I just love Janice, and we just consider her our best county commissioner. So y'all give her a hand. This Friday, over off Parker Road at the Elections Board. So, you know, as we can see, ENG is one person that's made a great difference in our community, and each one of you, I'm sure, are talented in your own way, and you can make a difference. So just find out whatever you're excited about in life and get to it. So, thank you very much, ENG. And the final thing I just want to say is to please sign up so that we can keep you informed about some of the activities that we're going to be working on. And in addition to that, you see this pretty woman here, Julie Mills, who is holding our basket here. This is the most important thing here today. Is that, and we've already had some checks mailed in from people that couldn't be here, so yay. But anyway, I just encourage you, again, it's not for me. I just want to encourage you to give generously what you can. And if you can't give, then that's okay. If there's something that you think that in your skills that you can do, just let us know and sign that form and say, I want to do this or I want to do that. So just trouble. What is that, Sharon?
No, that was your mom.
Your mom said I'm in trouble because I got her on film.
I'm going to stick over here.
My mother, every time Ed's around, she keeps going, I better not see this on Facebook. So anyway, but we have gotten Mother into email, right, Mom?
Barely.
Barely, yeah, exactly. But anyway, so please just the basket is going to be right here on this coffee table, and nobody's going to pass the basket or pressure you at all. I just want, God to touch your heart and to realize that this is for people who really need us. And the other thing is that right here is a little fact sheet that I put together that summarizes some of the most recent accomplishments of Phoenix Pass. And, I can't say enough. I mean, as of about a month ago, all of the women at Phoenix Pass were employed, some for the first time in their lives. And in addition to that, there were children who were literally living in cars. 3, 4 of them living in a car, trying to get dressed and go to school, flunking. When they were there, they were not performing well. acting out, different things, and you would not believe the difference in these children. Some of them have surfaced to be the top of their class. One of them is representing the whole county at an art festival statewide. So, you know, it's amazing what just a little hand up can do. This organization is not about giving the fish. It's about teaching how to fish. So that's it. Y'all have a great time. Stay as long as you want. Eat all the food. It's not over. It's not over. In addition to, but the basket's going to be here. And every few minutes, I'm going to say the basket.
Who should the checks be made payable to?
The check should be made payable to Phoenix Pass. If you need to use a card, we can't take the cards. I'm happy on that form you can put your card number if you're comfortable with that. If you're not, just put your intended donation and we will get back in touch with you. And Marcy, the executive director, who couldn't be here today because she is helping the ladies with getting school supplies today at a big event.
In that
I
basket.
just wanted to ask what
In that
is in
basket.
county and the past first 1,000 families.
Oh, thank you. Julie, you want to talk about the first 1,000? Julie, by the way, Julie Mills, who works at the hospital, and Julie, share what your position is at the hospital.
I actually work for the hospital authority in Rockdale County, which runs a grants program.
And she is a board member of Phoenix Pass. So Julie, why don't you talk to us about the first 1,000 families?
The first 1,000 family is a way to come together with a reasonable contribution of $10 a month. And if we get 1,000 people to do that, we will cover the overhead for both the existing facility and the planned facility.
Yes, and so it's $120 a year or $10 a month, and they will send you a note and they will withdraw it from your account as you ask them to. And it is, you know, we want 1,000 people because if we get 1,000 that's doing that $120 commitment, that, like Julie says, will cover the operational expenses right there. So we're sort of, right now, we just started this and we're at 50 people. So we've got room to grow. So if you want to make a commitment, and if you're a member of the first 1,000, your name will be listed sort of like an honor roll on a lot of our materials and things and on our website. So just thank you for that. We will take any amount, any amount. So anyway, thank you all again. Any other questions?
What do we
Yes.
do with these, and do you have pens?
Yes, there is a box. Actually, yeah, Ed, is there a box? The box right there? Can you? Oh,
I got it.
there's a box you can just put the forms. Put it right here next to.
I've got a few more pens I can
And
get.
Angie, just to say one more thing, you were talking about people not being comfortable leaving their credit cards.
Yeah.
The website is secure, it's phoenixpass.org, and there is availability on there for you to pay through the website. So,
Absolutely. But just so we'll know that it was a
Right.
result of this party today, you know, so that we can kind of keep track of our funds that are being generated. If you'll let us know that's your intent, then you know, write that on the form if you will. And
Can
then,
I mention one other thing that I thought was great was the process to actually be a resident at Phoenix Pass. Correct me if I'm wrong about any of this, but my understanding is that Rockdale Emergency Relief is actually the one that provides the names for the potential residents, the screens people. And their goal is to find people that can transition through this program to success and stability on their own in life. And so it's not like they'll live there permanently. It's for 2 years, is it? Around that
A
time?
maximum of 2 years, but we've already had a graduate in less than that time. I mean, the programs are designed to get them out and self-sufficient as quickly as possible.
Give them job
And they're
skills.
selected based on that, their ability to move
Small
forward.
pens.
so Ed, can you get that box that's
Small
at
pens, if anybody.
I got you.
can you get that box that's at the door?
I think Jason's
Oh,
getting
okay.
it.
I want to put that right here. So you put your forms here and your contributions here, and just mingle and have a great time. Any other questions?
Okay, you're gonna get
Right.
trouble too.
Yes. Yes. It'll let you know fundraising events. It'll let you know, like tomorrow they're having caterers, you know, asking for volunteers to come paint. Is it
There you go.
afternoon?
start.
Yeah.
Go, Mama.
Can we stop? Hi Angie, you did a beautiful job. You're having a fabulous time.
I think I took it on the basket.
No problem, I'll take care of it.